President Muhammadu Buhari has said he had reviewed the relationship between the executive arm of government and the outgoing 8th National Assembly and concluded that it was not the best for the country. The president made this known when he hosted the leadership of the National Assembly led by the Senate President Bukola Saraki to the breaking of fast at the State House, Abuja, on Tuesday evening. He said the nation deserved better than what it got and hoped for a better working relationship between the two arms of government with the forthcoming National Assembly. He said the relationship between the executive and legislature were not the best in the 8th National Assembly. According to him, he sincerely hoped that each of them will do its utmost to ensure that there is a better working relationship between the two arms of government in the 9th Assembly so that they can serve the people better. He stressed that the principal task of the National Assembly is to cooperate with the executive so that together they can fashion policies that will lift the people out of poverty and illiteracy. The president congratulated the member-elect for the success in winning their constituencies and hoping that this is a great burden and a great responsibility placed on them by the people. He assured the leader that his door remained open to all of them who are genuinely concerned or advised to improve the quality of governance and service delivery to the people. Also speaking, the Senate President Bukola Saraki assured the President that the National Assembly will maintain focus on national interests at all times. In addition to the President of the Senate and Speaker Yakubu Dogara, the event was also attended by the Deputy Senate President and Deputy Speaker and Majority and Minority Leader and the Majority and Minority Whips and their deputies. A philanthropist, Prince Ned Nwoko, is on the threshold of power as Independent National Electoral Commission presented him certificate of return as senator-elect for Delta North Senatorial District. Prince Nwoko received the certificate on Friday 10 May 2019 at INEC headquarters Abuja amid jubilation by hosts of enthusiastic supporters. The symbolic ceremony was in deference to the Federal High Court judgment in Abuja, which nullified the election of Senator Peter Nwaboshe and declared Prince Ned Nwoko winner of PDP North Senatorial Primary. Delivering the judgment in Abuja on April 12, 2019, presiding Judge Honorable Justice A.R. Mohammed had ruled that from all available evidence before the court, Prince Nwoko convincingly won the Delta North PDP Central Primary election held on the 2nd October of 2018. By implication of the judgment and the INEC certificate of return, Ned Nwoko stands as senator-elect for Delta North Senatorial District, heralding a beautiful future for a charismatic British-trained lawyer. This doesn't remove the fact that Ned Nwoko was recently honored by the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Efron in Delta State, for his outstanding contribution to the education sector. Christian women, civil society groups, and other residents of Plateau State on Tuesday held a special prayer section for Leah Shuraibu to mark 16th birthday. Leah Shuraibu is among students of Girls Science Secondary School, Dapchi, Yobe State, who were adopted in the hostel in February 2018. While other girls have been released, Leah is still being held by the captors. The group converged on Evangelical Church Winnie Hall, Ekwa headquarters in Jos, to hold a special prayer in which they begged God to ensure her release. They also prayed for other captives in the hand of other adopters and prayed to God to intervene. In a special prayer for Leah, Edith Temlong, the wife of the vicar of St. Piran Anglican Church in Jos, asked for divine intervention for her release and freedom of other adoptees in Nigeria. In her prayer, Mrs. Esther Godem, the member of the Church of Christ in Nations, Cooking, begged God to strengthen their parents and give them the grace to hold on till the release of their daughter. The participants of the prayer section also went to the Plateau State House of Assembly, where they delivered a letter advocating for the release of Leah to the state government. The delegation was led by Mrs. Joy Mukajwa, Secretary General of the Christian Women of Excellence and Empowerment in Nigeria, who is also the Secretary of Leah Foundation and a catalyst for the justice.
Bayelsa State government has pleaded with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to shift the already scheduled date for the state election as announced by the commission. The Deputy Governor of the state, John Jonah, who made the plea when he led Bayelsa stakeholders delegation on a courtesy visit to the chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, in Abuja, said the election day clashed with the state's yearly Thanksgiving service, which is backed by law. INEC has fixed November 2nd, 2019, for the conduct of Kogi and Bayelsa state governorship election. In his response, INEC chairman said the commission would meet to deliberate on the matter and get back to them. In Abuja, LM Chukwemeka reports.
acting chairman of Economic Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu, has said that the ongoing investigation of the Senate President Bukola Saraki is not personal. Magu stressed that, contrary to the allegation that Saraki was being witch-hunted, his investigation was no different from others, as EFCC only invite people who have committed crime and people who are corrupt. He said this while receiving an award for outstanding leadership in public service by Euro Knowledge Group. The Euro Knowledge Group Award is the highest recognition for individual achievement and is awarded annually. The award acknowledges and celebrates exemplary leaders that have made significant contribution and positive impact in their specific industry. In his comment, no, it is not personal. I'm not after anybody. Please, I don't want you to personalize this. It is not different from other investigations we are doing, he said. When asked to comment on the statement by Saraki that he was being witch-hunted, Magu said, never. You invite people who have committed crime, people who are corrupt. If you are not corrupt, you are not here. In a statement credited to him, we do our own work very well. Sometimes we conduct preliminary investigation for up to 6 months, and such person won't even know we are investigating them, Magu said. He described the corruption as a national disaster and mother of all evils. He said banditry and Boko Haram nuisance and other crime were caused by corruption and sustained by corruption. It is being funded by stolen and laundered funds. That is why it is being sustained. The acting chairman, however, said if the corruption was tackled, banditry and kidnapping would be sorted out. He called on Nigerians and stakeholders to take ownership of the fight against corruption, saying that it was not a job for one individual alone. Magu expressed gratitude for the award, saying it will spur him to do more in the fight against corruption. Nigerian Senate has ordered its Committee on Banking, Insurance and Financial Institutions to consider the request of President Muhammadu Buhari on the renewal of the appointment of Godwin Emefiele as Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria and report back within 1 week. The decision was made during the Tuesday plenary. Buhari has submitted a letter to the Senate last week, which was read on the floor of the Senate by Bukola Saraki during the plenary. The renewal of the appointment of Godwin Emefiele as the Governor of Central Bank for another 5 years tenure is in accordance with Section 8, Subsection 1 and 2 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act.
To consider the request of Mr. President CNC for the confirmation of the nomination of Godwin Emefiele for renewal of appointment as the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria in accordance with the Section A, Subsections 1 and 2 of the CBN Act 2007. Mr. President, distinguished senators, the purpose of this motion on the order paper is for the request of Mr. President CNC to be referred to the relevant committee for further legislative action. I therefore move that the request of Mr. President CNC be referred to the appropriate committee for further legislative action.
Distinguished colleagues, those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This is referred to Committee on Banking to report back within a week.
The request of the President for the renewal of Emefiele tenure as boss of Nigerian Apex Bank comes amid a massive corruption scandal where the sum of 500 billion naira have been allegedly been misappropriated under his watch.
Former head of state, General Abdulsalam Abubakar, GCFR, led other prominent Nigeria to Igbinedon University Okada at 20. Education is the best legacy a nation can bequeath to our citizens. It is therefore appropriate for individuals to partner with government to impart our generation with quality education. But inadequate funding of the sector has been a major challenge. 20 years down the lane, Igbinedon University Okada has been imparting knowledge and producing leaders who are imparting their word. Former Governor of Edo State, who is also the Deputy Chancellor, Chief Lucky Igbinedon, speaking on behalf of the Chancellor of Igbinedon University Okada, noted the effort and role played by the former head of state General Abdulsalam Abubakar in the establishment of the most sought after and the first private university in Nigeria.
A trailblazing position as the premier university in Nigeria. As a military head of state and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999, he believed in our dream and with great conviction approved our request for a private university. Today, we are the most sought after in the milieu of 70 private universities in Nigeria. We doff our hearts to a great man of courage and faith in a better Nigeria, General Abdulsalam Abubakar, GCFR. Today, my heart is filled with emotions. I recall the rough terrains which I traversed to establish the first private university in Nigeria.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemoye, also noted that this is an appropriate time to follow thoroughly the vision and objective of the founder. In an exclusive interview, the Chancellor of the Igbinedion University, Chief Gabriel Osawaru Igbinedion, the Esama of Benin Kingdom, used the occasion to thank the two former heads of state for their role in making his dream a reality, while also singing praises to God for thus far he has helped the university, and it believed that he will continue to strive.
Is that my vision is being interpreted. I am now confident that even after me, the university will survive and thrive. We heard it from the secretary, what I fought for over 9 years, single-handedly. There is nothing, there's no obstacle they don't put on the way not to happen. But nobody defeat God. God was on my side. That's why we brought Abubakar. And as I said, somebody who initiated it before Abubakar, Ibrahim, Madam Babangida. But the staff, the civil servant was able to influence him to cancel it, put it abeyance. Only God. That when I was in my bed, I woke up 5:30, he called me, said, Baba, I'll be here for 3 weeks. If I don't hear from you, do you want to resign or go? I do. No, that's how he joked. I left. When he said, what can I do? I said, no. The only thing left for me to have done is university. He said, I will do it. He kept his word. But there is no need in coming to here that will not take you. I want to reiterate the year what I said that 20 years ago. It has happened. When they gave, I said, government, don't do more than 5. See how far you can nurture these 5. Before they say no, because you are going to, you don't want to get. Now, what they don't understand, you are creating and also destroying. You hear from the horse's mouth just now that if you see some approval they gave, I'm not here to comment on any person. The world will speak for itself. Government should be cautioned. 1, there is no lecturer. Enough lecturer in Nigeria. If you promote people who are not qualified because you want to make a number, we're in trouble. My advice is to say, good luck to Nigeria. We'll be cautious and be prudent about what you are doing. Thank you.
There are several dignitaries from every walk of life that graced the occasion, which was also used to appreciate loyal staff and management. Adeniyi Fetayo reporting for Ben Television, London.